a week and a half maybe since I last videoed. It's Saturday morning. Since we last spoke, things got a little escalated. So I got a call saying that I needed to get a breast MRI and a visit with an oncologist prior to the surgical appointment on the 7th. And that all got scheduled pretty quickly. So my oncologist, my MRI, my breast MRI was last Friday, so a week ago from yesterday. And I don't know why no one's talking about this, so I'm gonna. It sucks. It sucks a lot. So if you've ever had an MRI, which I've had plenty, I've had my neck surgeries and all that, you're used to it, right? You get on this table, this tiny little table that barely fits you, and you get on your back and you put the earplugs in and you zone out for 45 minutes. That's what I was ready for. I'm sure they were going to put some apparatus on my breasts. So I walk in and the table's there, and there's this thing that goes up and down. So you need to crawl on all fours onto this table, and you lay your belly on this part. You lay your rib cage on this part, and then there's 2 holes for your breast to go in. And then you have to stretch your arms out because it's with contrast. So this part where your rib cage, it hurts. And they give you a padding that's maybe that big. That's it. That's all you get. That was a very painful experience. And you have to sit still like that for 45 minutes. I'm on a few groups right now. And I'm like, where is the discussion of this? Because this is not a good feeling. And then, it's time for you to get up. No, give me a minute. I don't know how a frail person would do this. Anyway, so I had that done. Yesterday was my oncology appointment. Carol went with me, and my best friend Denise went with me. And I walked in there, and I got to tell you where I was. Even though my brain thinks of every scenario that you could ever imagine. Hold on, we're about to have a passerby. Go ahead. You're just going to pause. Yeah. Okay. Everyone's seeing your butt. All right. I went in there with a thought that it was going to be a lumpectomy and radiation to follow. And that would be that. Not that I'm taking those lightly, because anything to do with breast cancer is not light. But I prepared for that, mentally, emotionally, I guess. Still haven't really cried from day one. So go in there. Those 2 are with me. The doctor comes in. He reminds me of Mr. Rogers. He's got that great personality that just... He's a good doctor. And what I have is triple negative. It's one of the most aggressive forms of breast cancer. However, I'm at a stage 2A, so it's curable. The treatment is going to be highly aggressive. Yeah, I broke my not crying thing yesterday. A lot. So there's going to be 24 weeks of chemo starting in 2 weeks from yesterday. The first 12 weeks are going to be a certain medication. I guess you would want to know this because I'm doing this for everyone to know. So hold on, and I'll get you the names of these medications. and I'm going to destroy the pronunciation of them. Carbolaxyl and Pembro something. Pembro is, he called it Pembro for short. I'm going to get that once a week for 12 weeks. And then my second round of 12 weeks is adriamycin and cytoxin. I hope I said that right. I doubt it. On that, I'm going to go every 3 weeks. So I'm going to have that infusion once every 3 weeks. That's the one that's going to lose the hair, make you sick. He did prescribe nausea and stuff. He prescribed, I'm getting a port in 2 weeks, 1 week from this Monday. Today's Saturday, so one and a half weeks. I'm going to get a port under my skin in my chest so that it's just easy to poke through. They gave me lidocaine, so before I go for my infusions, I lidocaine well, they said like frosting a cupcake. So I'm going to frost this thing because it sticks out a little bit from your chest, your skin. If you're not aware, I'll show you after I get it on my next video. And then you put some kind of sulfane over it. So by the time you get to your infusion and they have to poke through the skin, it's not that bad. Like you probably don't feel it. I'll let you know. But that's so they don't have to find your veins every single time you go, once a week, for 12 weeks. I just told you. And then I will talk with the surgeon about a lumpectomy or mastectomy. I'm getting a PET scan. So the port is on the 5th. Surgical consult on the 7th, but I'm not going to then see them again for a minute. And then a PET scan. So they're going to scan me from here down to my knees to make sure it's nowhere else in my body, because this is a very aggressive form of cancer and it grows quickly. So with that being said, from my ultrasound to a week later, my MRI, it's already grown. It's a big one. Yeah. So that's where we are. I'm wrapping my head around it because I went in with a whole different, with a whole different thought of what it's going to be, what it's going to look like. I already have my plan without consulting a doctor. So, what to expect? Extreme fatigue. And I even asked him, I said, okay, those are 2 words. That's great. Explanation. Like, is my body going to feel like it can't get out of a chair? Am I just going to be sleepy? And he said yes. So, that's that. I mean, that's to come. I'm going to be immune compromised. I'm going to have to go back to wearing a mask. Some of the things I used to do, I'm not going to be able to do for a while. Traveling, Disney, cruising. I had 2 of those planned. I might still do. We have a Grand Californian stay. I might still do that. Just to stay in the Grand itself and take those deep baths because I can't get in jacuzzi anymore. I might do that. It all depends on how I feel. So, yeah, that's happening in 2 weeks. And it's a lot. I've still not completely wrapped my head around it. And they give you this humongous cancer packet with all the information. I read that this morning already. I bought and it comes with a place for your plan, a calendar, And then just, so you can keep up with your thoughts, your notes, your questions, habits, needs, prescriptions, whatever. It's going to be helpful. And it'll be something I can go back to, and look at. And so that's it. I've got, I'm going to have someone come in and deep clean the house prior, for both Carol and I. She's got a road ahead of her taking care of me. And I have to step out of my own way and be vulnerable. That one's not so easy. Got my little babies here. I got comfortable furniture. Just bought a whole bunch of comfortable clothes. This giant hoodie, it's actually from a company called Giant Hoodies. I'm as prepared as I can get. So I will see you. Yeah, next time I see you is going to be after the day of my first infusion. There'll be pictures along the way. And I'll let you know how it goes. They say I won't start feeling anything until the third day. So infusion day, second day, and so the third day. So that would be a Sunday. Sunday is when, after the first, is when I'm going to start feeling the effects physically. So I'll see you guys. I'll film again on Saturday, the day after. I'm going to be sitting there for 6 hours. Let me go through that real quick. I'm going to see the doctor. They're going to draw labs every week. Again, the port's going to come in handy for that. Yeah, they're going to draw labs. They're going to wait for the labs to come back, and then I'm going to go into the infusion room, and I'll be there for a few hours. So got some ear beans, and I'll watch some videos. Carol's going to be with me on the first one. So hope that helps. Hope this helps. Helps me talking about it. Bye for now. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you.